Hello, I'm going to read this entire Scholastic News article, edition 4. At any time you can pause this video and answer questions, and then you can continue listening to this video as you continue reading the Scholastic News article. America's earliest settlers disappeared, never to be seen again. What happened? The Mystery of Roanoke. What happened? For more than 400 years, experts have been trying to solve. As you read, think about what makes a community successful. What problems did the Roanoke colonists face? It was a hot August night in 1590. John White had just spent weeks at sea. Finally, he spotted the rugged shore of Roanoke Island, off the coast of what is now North Carolina. White was anxious to see the family and friends he had left behind 3 years earlier. He especially missed his daughter and baby granddaughter. But when White reached the island, no one was there. The wooden houses had been taken apart. The island was overgrown with weeds. There was a word carved into a wooden post. Croatoan. That was the name of an island 50 miles south, where a friendly American Indian tribe lived. Had the colonists moved there? White never found out. Raging storms kept him from searching. He was forced to return to England. To this day, no one knows what happened to the lost colony of Roanoke. A rough start. White and about 115 other men, women, and children arrived on Roanoke Island in 1587. They had left England to make their home in what they called the New World. Things didn't go as planned. One Native American tribe on Roanoke had been attacked by English explorers in the past. So when White and his group arrived, the native people were not welcoming. They attacked the colonists, killing one. Food was scarce and the colonists were starving. White worried they wouldn't survive. So just a month into their new life, he sailed back to England for supplies. His trip back to America was delayed by a war between England and Spain. He never saw the colonists again. Digging for clues. More than 400 years later, historians are still trying to crack the case. Did the colonists move away? Were they attacked by enemies? No bones or graves belonging to the colonists were discovered on Roanoke, but clues were found nearby. Researchers dug up artifacts, including a sword handle and stone writing tablet, on the island of Croatoan, now called Hatteras. And pieces of Old English pottery were found 50 miles west of Roanoke in an area researchers call Site X. Eric Klingelhofer is an archaeologist with the research group First Colony Foundation. He says these clues suggest that the colonists split up and moved away. But others say the items could have belonged to Native Americans who traded with European colonists. Experts continue to search for answers. We'll keep digging until we solve the mystery, one of the greatest in American history, Klingelhofer says. Now, in this picture here, it says, to this colony, the famous case of a lost colony. A big mistake. The colonists had planned to move on to the Chesapeake Bay area where the land was perfect for growing food. Instead, they remained on Roanoke Island where it was much harder to grow crops. In which direction would the colonists have traveled to get from Roanoke Island to the Chesapeake Bay? Colonial Times. Columbus paved the way for more explorers from Spain, France, and England. These countries established colonies in America. The first successful English colony was Jamestown, founded in 1607. America Today. In 1776, the 13 British colonies declared their independence from England and became states. Eventually, our nation expanded and more states were added. Today, there are 50 states. The day the dinosaurs died. Millions of years ago, the mighty dinosaurs were wiped out. But just what happened on that deadly day? Boom! Suddenly the sky was on fire. Boiling hot beads of glass rained down, blanketing and burning the ground. Dinosaurs fled in every direction, running for their lives. It was more than 66 million years ago, and a fiery space rock called an asteroid had just landed into modern-day Mexico. Your eyeballs would have melted. Your eardrums would have been destroyed, says paleontologist David Burnham. The asteroid set off volcanic eruptions and earthquakes all over the world. While some species survived, 75% died, including dinosaurs. But how did dinos in areas thousands of miles away from the asteroid strike die? Without witnesses, that has remained a mystery for millions of years. Now scientists, including Burnham, have uncovered an area in North Dakota filled with fossils. They say it provides a terrifying snapshot of the day the dinosaurs died. Killer from space. For decades, experts debated what did the dinosaurs in. Some said it was freezing ice age. Others argued that it was hot lava from volcanoes. Some had goofier guesses, like aliens kidnapping the dinosaurs. Evidence discovered in 1977 strongly suggests that the asteroid killed the dinosaurs. Scientists found a rare metal in Earth's crust. It dates back to when the dinosaurs became extinct. The metal, called iridium, is rare in Earth rocks, but it's common in asteroids. In 1990, a giant crater or hole was also found deep underwater near the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. It showed the location of the asteroid strike, but no fossils were ever found to link the dinosaur to the asteroid. Everybody's always said, "Your theory sounds really good, but where are the bodies?" explains Burnham. Well, we just found them. A deadly day. The fossils were discovered in North Dakota in 2013. The area is nearly 3,000 miles away from where the asteroid struck. The fossils include the remains of fish, plants, and even a horned dino called a triceratops. Burnham and his team believe the site was preserved within hours of the asteroid striking. After studying the area, the team determined that it was once a riverbank near the shore of a shallow sea. When the asteroid slammed down, waves from the sea sloshed violently. They quickly grew into a terrifying 300-foot wall of water, rocks, and sand that buried creatures alive. The scientists found traces of iridium in the fossils. Burnham says this helps prove the asteroid theory once and for all. Burnham and the team have spent the past few years studying the fossils. They released the first details from their once-in-a-lifetime find earlier this year. It's a huge milestone, says Burnham. It's going to be in the textbooks. Now, in this picture, how fossils form. Dinosaur fossils are found all over the world. Here's how the newly found fossils in North Dakota formed. First, dinosaurs and other creatures are buried under water, rocks, and mud. Second, sediments like sand cover the bodies. Minerals from water and sediments fill the bones, preserving them. And third, over time, the water dries up and some of the dirt wears away. Scientists find the fossils and dig them up. This is one of the fish fossils discovered in North Dakota. Debate it. Is Bigfoot real? For decades, people all over the U.S. have claimed to have seen a huge, hairy monster lurking in the woods. Does this beast actually exist? We asked two experts to weigh in. Yes, Jeff Meldrum, Bigfoot investigator, professor at Idaho State University. He says, yes, I study and teach anatomy. That's the branch of science that deals with human and animal body structures. I'm convinced that Bigfoot exists based on evidence I've seen. Over the past 24 years, I've examined hundreds of huge human-like footprints. They're too big to be human, but they don't belong to any other known animal. Mysterious, unidentified hair samples and nests have also been found near the footprints. Bigfoot creatures are extremely rare, and they live in dense forests with soil that can quickly dissolve bones, so it's not that unusual that we haven't found a body part yet. There have been thousands of sightings by respected people such as park rangers, teachers, and scientists like me. No, Laura Krantz, journalist, host of the Bigfoot podcast Wild Thing. She feels no. I spent the past 2 years interviewing Bigfoot eyewitnesses and examining evidence in the wild, and I haven't seen anything that convinces me the creature is out there. First of all, Bigfoot believers are lacking the most important piece of proof. They have never found a body part for scientists to study. Existing evidence, such as footprints and mysterious sounds, is interesting, but it's not enough. The sounds and footprints could have been made by bears or other creatures. The last clear video of Bigfoot was taken in 1967. Since then, we've mostly seen shots of blurry, unidentifiable blobs. If Bigfoot was out there, we'd have another good photo or video by now, especially since everybody has a smartphone in their pocket. Geography. Where is the world's strangest spot? Check out these mysterious places. Write the number of each in the correct spot on the map. Then vote online for the one your class wants to read more about. The Bermuda Triangle. Many ships and planes have disappeared in this area of the Atlantic Ocean near Bermuda. What or who is to blame? Stonehenge. This strange circle of giant stones in the United Kingdom was built thousands of years ago. Experts aren't sure who built it or why. Nazca lines, carved about 2,000 years ago. These lines in Peru form huge pictures, like the spider. They can only be seen when flying overhead. How did ancient people create these drawings, and why? Yonaguni Monument. These odd stone steps were discovered in 1986 in the ocean near Japan. Are they part of an ancient city that sank into the sea? Now, close reading questions. Refer to Gone Without a Trace to respond to the questions below. Reread the article to find details that support your answer. Remember to write in complete sentences. What do you know? Before reading The Day the Dinosaur Died, write what you already know about dinosaurs and list questions you have about them. After reading, write what you have learned and what you'd like to learn more about. As you are answering any of these questions, feel free to rewind my video, and you are welcome to listen again to some of these readings to help you answer these questions.